I've asked the Chief of Staff to send word to all appointees to ensure that they declare their assets by the end of the first quarter of this year, that is, by 31st March 2025. I wish to stress that any appointee failing to meet this deadline would face severe sanctions, not excluding removal from office. Even as we strive to hold past government officials accountable for their stewardship, I deem it even more imperative to enforce anti-corruption among our present public office holders. Just looking at the statute on assets declaration, and under Article 286 of the 1992 Constitution, it names the President, the Vice President, ministers and deputy ministers, members of parliament, and judges. And then again under Act 550, Public Office Holders Declaration of Assets, it includes public officers, including those in the civil service, public corporations, and statutory boards. Then it also includes chief executives of all public corporations. It includes district chief executives, and then members of the Council of State. There are many people in public office who do not know that they are covered under this assets declaration regime. And so, Auditor General, there must be a reminder to all these people that they are covered under the assets declaration regime. And so I have presented mine this morning, and let me make a few remarks. Senior government officials present, the Auditor General and staff of your department, we're very happy to have you here this morning at the Presidency, friends of the media. I've just performed a simple but brief, very important act of presenting my completed assets declaration forms to the Auditor General as required by Article 286 of the 1992 Constitution and the Public Office Holders Declaration of Assets and Disqualifications Act 1998, Act 550. Ghana's assets declaration regime and its related activities have often been shrouded in secrecy, and only unless in special circumstances, compliance is often difficult to measure. In times past, I would privately have presented these forms to the Auditor General in fulfillment of my statutory obligation. I've taken this step of presenting these forms publicly as a way of injecting some openness and transparency into the process of assets declaration. I've always maintained that while it is all well and good to punish corruption, a more effective way of addressing the canker is preventing it from occurring in the first place. I honestly believe that if properly curated and enforced, the assets declaration process can become a sustainable tool for tackling corruption. Corruption by nature is insidious and thrives under the cover of darkness. The more light that is shown on it, the more likely that it will be fought successfully. I've also taken this step to send an unmistakable signal to all public office holders, especially those that I have appointed, that I take the declaration of assets very seriously and expect full compliance from them. I've asked the Chief of Staff to send word to all appointees to ensure that they declare their assets by the end of the first quarter of this year, that is, by 31st March 2025. I wish to stress that any appointee failing to meet this deadline would face severe sanctions, not excluding removal from office. Even as we strive to hold past government officials accountable for their stewardship, I deem it even more imperative to enforce anti-corruption among our present public office holders. Charity, they say, begins at home. I'm therefore determined to take the necessary steps to ensure that we fight corruption vigorously so that the precious little resources that have been entrusted to us by the Ghanaian people are used only in their interest. There have been issues raised about the effectiveness of the current assets declaration regime. We must take advantage of the current constitution review process to strengthen the assets declaration regime to make it more relevant to changing times. I believe that we must move to a regime where the assets so declared can be published before and after public office, so that the phenomenon of unexplained and overnight wealth obviously earned through the proceeds of corruption can be checked. I trust that a healthy debate can be had over this issue and consensus built on the way forward. so that collectively we can defeat the unwholesome canker of corruption. I thank you for your kind attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I don't know if the Auditor General has a remark or two to make on this occasion. Yes. Right.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I thought that once the head of state and His Excellency has spoken, that would have ended everything. But I thank you also for the permission to give one or two remarks. And indeed, the remark goes directly in line with what His Excellency said. Because at our end there, we receive your form, just like His Excellency has done. You don't seal it. We are going to open it to see exactly what entries you have made. But when we are looking at it, what we are looking at is whether you have not left any blank spaces, whether you have not left your bank balances. Some may list all the banks that they have, but there will be no balances at it, and we will call you to come and redo it. That's the extent to which we do this. If you say you have 10 bank accounts and you bring it to us, how are we to be sure that indeed it is only 10 bank accounts that you have? If you say you have 2 buildings, what can we do to ensure that it is exactly the 2 buildings that you have? So reviewing the Constitution, as His Excellency has said, I think it's a very, very important issue that we have to take seriously. And we also support the publishing. If you submit your assets and declaration forms, we should be able to publish it freely. And the time that you are leaving office too, we will publish it to see the changes that have happened ever since you started the new office. So on behalf of myself and my staff from the Audit Service, we welcome His Excellency's wonderful idea, and whatever we can do to support, we will do. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Auditor General. We'll draw the curtains down on this brief ceremony. Thank you all for coming. Oh yes, Mr. Auditor General and your staff, there will be an opportunity for you to take a photo with the President to mark this occasion. Outside.
Confirm me subscribe to channel we, but omu ni notifications me ba live or anase me post video to ma omu hunu me video nhwe. Eti enwan se obekọ YouTube no so wabọ me din Ekonaba TV no ebe yi aba. Eyi ba no wabọ me video ba akoso. Obo me video ba akoso a se won subscribe ya no wamia subscribe button no so. Se won subscribe so no wamia adoma no so to all notification. We ye ne sa na se me the video tumu a obo se won sabe kan na so wanya bi ahwe. Se de be ya me ba obehu mi nti no. Mia adoma no so. Na Facebook kai so be like me page no say the be ya me video bi a me post bi ansa betimi aka be betimi akọ settings e wo phone no so na wa mia settings no akọ notification na afi akọ mia YouTube no wo di ato notification button to wa mia to ho say the be ya me ba live wa benya me nti na me kire sa no ma we nyina me serew say wonya ne sa ye ne sa so won subscribe to me channel so a subscribe to channel say the be video tuma unsa betimi aka bi me da ase.
How to use the laser home kit. First, apply the gel directly to the tooth surface as demonstrated on the video. Second, connect the light to your phone using the USB provided. Leave the light shining on your teeth for 16 minutes. Fourth, rinse your mouth and the mouthpiece with water, cold water. And lastly, smile. Using the toothpaste separately. Brush twice daily with the toothpaste. Bear in mind, this product is not suitable for pregnant women, breastfeeding mothers, and children under 18 years old. Enjoy!
I am so pair a sifita structure of what ye. and the enough and Wokodom unique laser whiten. Any tea stains, coffee stains, smoking stains to be a unique laser whitening product. Ebe yini ne free summer, come. The Oyan is so befraying. I was 079-9979-2330. Unique laser whitening, or say Muni Seso.
Unique. Mpenifo se bibiro wi asenti ne da ne atopnum na ne pabone fonti e wo se wo bambo hu hia na ne papa mu de Pro Technologies ana me kan fama wo ane Pro Technologies. We are specialized in both sales and installation of CCTV cameras. Yeton esa install CCTV cameras in the South Ghana and NASA brochure na ufi Ghana. Now beso CCTV camera installation. We need Pro Technologies and Ninsawaso. We get CCTV camera installation, electric fence, automated gate, access control, video doorbell, and intercom, and satellite TV, home theater. So upe biato, and wato, and pese be install them out. Pro Technologies and our software. Na shenenso. Say fidie nyina fra America brochimem enti send papam na opedia man nwene ho na ne bo anso da form me kye no the web brochimem ha ene e branch e wo Ghana ye ni mo bra wo bre enti sika fa ye nsem se fa nya japade ma wo Ghana wo da na ne tenese ye san general construction so web brochire na peso si fi o Ghana e dan plan bi o peso si se wa sha se dada ana afi na peso si plan bia ye besi ama eno echi so here solar power ana bamba ho nsensem bi ade woni ye ni nsawoso ne esanso ye smart home abefo fidie bi apese hye e wo fie ana watwuma mo de ma wo woni ye ni nsawoso we are just a call away ne esanso wadan de ma han ana ofre brochire bedu Ghana na wo pe full house room ana apartment ahan for short term ana long term ye be ma obiane border form na bamba ho nsem de manwene ho enna ye interior decoration so wasi fie na wie ana yasi fie na ma no yes sign decoration ye besiesie odie ana office so e dia ma no edi so tom fidie bi na wo hokun fa so install ana ne settings ye beye e dia ma e wo Ghana wo behu yen wo mira ofra denta e di wani a che dodoa wo behu ye e wo ahie ye ne Emerlin Pharmacy e na wo the same building. For information or WhatsApp 401-7570-300 and a +401-6992-254. Pro Technologies. We have the solutions for your security and home entertainment needs at affordable prices.